Hey guys, back with some tips and tricks for this descent level editor program. And one of the first things that comes up a lot of times is the naming your file. For example, in the mission file, I'm working on one called friction. And of course, the mission name is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letters. Of course, you need 7 in the RDL file. If you're having a problem with this and you're getting weird error messages, you can get it from the Hog, and first try that. If it's the correct one, it'll stay there. If there's another one, it'll show up. And remember, RDL are for D1 files, and RL2, I think it is for DSET2 files. You'll see that. But if you're still having problems, go up here to the file and edit mission Hog, and you'll see these are my lighting and other things, but you'll see this RDL file here. You can rename this, make sure it has 7 here, and then once you do that, you hit open, and you just let's see, it'll show up here. Then you delete the one that's here already, and then add the new one. It'll get it from the Hog. So I'll delete that one, and then I'll get the one from the Hog, and it'll show up. And that's all it is. Single player, normal anarchy, just put normal or anarchy if you want to put any of that. That's where you put that there. But that's a good tip for that. Make sure it's, if it's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters dot RDL. Make sure it goes to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters dot RDL. Okay, that was just an example there. So just remember that. That's something that happens a lot to people. Let's see. Another thing would be, okay, so I'm working on this level here, and I've just taken 2 cubes, top and bottom levels, and combined them in this whole row right here. Okay. And now I have this side, and I need to join these cubes up. So I'm going to just click on this side and hit spacebar. Click on this side and hit Control S, and that'll join those 2 sides. Keyboard shortcuts will save you. And since I widened this section, and this was the original side, I'm going to use this as the first side. So when I hit space, I'm going to hit spacebar on this side, all these cube sides. And then I'll go back onto this side, hit Control S. That way it takes this side and conforms it to the alignment of this side, in case this side is a little off, So here, click spacebar, click, come on, Control S, spacebar, Control S, spacebar, Control S, and I'm just joining these sides up so that these blocks, if I move anything, they will go together. All of the points and lines and everything get joined as well. Okay. Now another thing too. Let me do this one here. Oop, space and Control S, space, Control S. Now when I did that, I also took my wall, and you'll see in the normal stretching of the texture, this is the the regular default texture size, which you'll see the square cube is a lot bigger, this much bigger than the actual texture will allow. So what I have done here, and it's, to me, I think it looks cool. It's just hit your auto stretch, which I call it, and then copy that side. And this side has removed its texture, so just paste that on there. I didn't click second. Let's see. And what I just did there by doing this has 2 textures on it. There is a metal text. Well, this actually has 1 texture on it right now. But when I hit copy, I only hit copy second, and this didn't have a second texture on there. It had first only, and it didn't show up. So watch these 2 down here. You can cut and paste first layer and second layer by what you're using here. So if I wanted to copy this first layer, that would go there. And also your brightness for your lighting. Another tip is your brightness on your textures here. You can set them individually. So like that has that much, that has 0 right now. I'll go and set that to something like 10. You know, walls, floors, and ceilings. You can set them low if you want and put lights in and to make it brighter there, but that's another topic. So let's finish this up. So I've stretched these sides to fit, and that looks cool. I like that you can't fly through it, but it makes it look more uniform. It's easier to line up. Let's see. And what I also want to show you that is if you have a side here and you want to add something else to it, and I want to add a ladder or something coming up to the energy center. I would just go say if I wanted it blue, I left click on the blue, and this will select Rock 81, and then I will find my ladder. Where's my ladder here? I always lose this stuff. Where is it? I know it's not up there. Come on now, where you at? There it is. Okay, so this one, I want to right click on that, and there's my ladder shows up. I can right click on that one too. So your left click is for your level 1 first level texture, and right clicking for your second level texture. It makes it really quick. So I can hear, and when I click on this, it'll automatically highlight the one that I have here that highlights the texture, so I can look and see what that is. So remember, it's next to there. Click on this, click that, right click here. Did I do that one? I'll do that one. So left click and right click when you want. So this color is green. It's here. I'm going to go back, click that, click this, and now I have my ladders. So that's easy to do there. Remember to always go to save as often as possible, as often as you can think about it. Because it's a really pain when you try to undo something and it'll get really whacked. I don't want to talk about that. That's nasty. You'll see. And then you're like, oh. Best thing I can do for that, if you have an undo issue, let me see. It's not doing it now, but sometimes it'll go crazy. I'll have to reopen it since I just saved it. And lines will start spewing off to the side. I mean, you'll get real, and then you'll move your map and it'll start getting crazier. At that point, I don't know, you can try to hit Control Z to undo it to a point where you can work on it if you haven't saved it, or just start, reopen it, and because I don't think you're going to be able to get it out unless you can find some better way to do that. Anyway, let's move on to the next tip. So if you want to, let's talk about the curve generator real quick. I created a curve here, and when I did that, I wanted these two to be even on each side. And you'll notice there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These were created to be even, and I wanted the same, close to the same 10, 11 boxes, because if you get too many, you'll get too many squares or cubes, and I believe there's frame rate issues or something for that, so you want to keep the map small. So try to, when you're, say I'm going to do one here, let me just do a quick one. I'll undo this. Say I want to connect those two sides, and I hit my curve generator. Oh, I've got to set a point. Just a minute, please. Alright, so I'm going to click this side and hit spacebar. Click this side, start my curve generator. Now it comes out with the squiggly mess. Normally descent cubes is using the angles and torques and all that stuff. Ask somebody with math skills. So hit P. Alright, P, P, 3 times. Now I've got my regular magnet looking horseshoe square or curve here. And you'll see that the segments 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, whatever. They are, there's a nice curve there. Now I can hit Control 9, 1, and that brings it in. It removes the square, removes the square, remove the square, remove the square. And you hit Control 8, add the square, add the square, add the square, add the square, add the square. Okay, now this is the original here. If I hit Alt 9, it comes, deletes the square, deletes the square, deletes the square, and it shortens the, yeah, this is the one, Alt 9. It shortens the cubes. By making the cubes bigger, it takes and adjusts the tube in such a way. I don't know how to describe that. Anyway, Alt 9 makes it smaller, so now we have 3 squares. 3 cubes, whatever. Sorry if I'm saying squares, but Alt 9 will add a square to that. Alt 8, I'm sorry, Alt 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you get this shape. Alt 8 again adds another one. You start getting this. It's starting to look more like a curve. Hitting this a few more times, and you can start to get a more rounded curve. And that's what that does. Alt 8 and Alt 9 will change the angles or the edges by adding more segments or cubes. Now Control 9 brings, that's right, Control 9 brings it closer to you. Control 8 pushes it farther away. And it adds a cube each time. Okay. So that's that. And then when you hit them, you get what you like. Let's see me go back down. I'm going to keep that for now. And I just hit a G. I'm going to keep this tunnel. Hit yes. And once you do that, you'll be presented with these orange squares. Don't do anything. Hit Control M. That deselects them. Come up to your square here. Make sure that your 2 sides are joined. These 2 are joined. We've got an entrance and an exit out of this tunnel. However, this side did not join. You see that? So pick your master side. And I want this side because it's a perfect square off of this. Hit spacebar. Come on now. And then come on to this side and Control S, and this tube will conform to that. So we watch. Boom. Okay, it conformed to that. And that's how you make that tube. And that's what Control 8 and 9 and Alt 8 and 9 will do. Okay, I think I got that. Oh, I wanted to show you something else here too. Positioning, maybe adding multiple squares. So I want to take this whole side and add more squares out. And you can do this on any side. Select your side, hit M to select it. Select this side. And we have this set side mode right now. And then I click on this side, hit M. Click on this side, hit M. And this side, and hit M. I go to block mode. Click that. I now hit Insert. Boom, there's more squares. Another way you can do this for inserting squares. Now Control M will deselect these. Come back to your box. Tag plane, and that'll tag this plane. Hit Insert. Boom. There's 4 more cubes, all evenly sided to whatever the other ones were. Okay. It doesn't look right, but it is. And that's how you add a side of squares. Now you can do this on a whole top. It'll tag plane. And if you hit Insert on a large block like this, it'll ask you if you really want to do that. Yeah, because you're doing a large number of cubes, but I do not want to do that right now. But you can, and it'll just add them up. It'll add in the same size. If you have one of these selected, it'll add them. If you have the middle one, it'll add them as the same size as was below them. If you have this one selected, normal cubes, you'll get the little small cubes coming out, the regular 20 by 20 cubes. And you'll be like, and then you got to delete each one by hand. So don't do that. Okay. All right, that's it. So Control M, get me out of that. Okay, now I'm going to go back and open this again. Discard changes. Thank you all. Open my RDL2. Yeah. So I'm back where I was. And then there you go.